What is going on? I'm Zedmont, also known as Anon Moose. We are going to be doing a sneak peek, as you can tell by the fact that I've got a million diamonds and all sorts of goodies. Now, just a reminder, if this helps you in any way, shape, or form, please consider putting Zedmont into your creator code. It gives me all of the warm fuzzies. If you need info on what that does, hit me up in the comments or check the cards above for what the heck that does and means. Anyways, moving along, Season 12 of Warships. It does not have a name again. Got the old sad trombone soundboard back in action. Supercell, come on. It takes like 10 seconds to name a season, and the name was an epic addition. Small details make me happy. And anyways, this is what the deck looks like for Warships with 2 engine rooms. You've got the big deck on the left, the little one on the right, and you start out with 4 machine guns, which I think is more than normal. Not entirely sure. Anyways, let's have a look at the tech tree. This season is going to be 28 days. Little bit longer than the last season. Not quite a sprint, but more like a 400-meter run. Not a marathon under any circumstances. Let's have a look, see what the tech tree looks like. Tech tree shaping up nicely. First time we've had Cryoneers up the front. Now those Cryoneers are in a very strategic position. Anyone who has enough keys and things to skip straight to 3 engine rooms is likely going to take this route up here. They're likely going to go, oops, let's get some drawing happening, go this way, because Cryoneers really don't do much. But for those of you who are fresh to Warships this season, you're probably going to have to go through Cryoneers to get that troop damage and get those mines. It's going to be a tough one, because I really don't think that unlocking Cryoneers is going to do anything useful for you. But the waiting game of going through that top, going through the heavies, and coming back for mines and troop damage is going to be an interesting balance. So Supercell, kudos to you for throwing Cryoneers in that key position, because it's going to be a very interesting thing to see if players go through that or not. Anyways, one thing to note here, you don't have anything but flares. There's no barrage, there's no artillery, so do not upgrade your gunboat. Upgrading your gunboat is going to be a waste of those precious upgrade tokens, and obviously I have a bajillion of them, or possibly a quadrillion, so I would do it, but for the average player such as me in the real game, I'm not going to be upgrading my gunboat. We're going to upgrade our landing craft here, getting all of our possible troops. We're going to go get building health, because building health is going to be incredibly useful. You know what? Before we go any further, let's have a quick look further on down the line. As you can see, we get Bullit as our first hero, I believe. Yeah, Bullit is going to be our first hero. I think that's the first time he'll be up front. And then later on, there's no more building health until way down here, after we have barrage, after we have artillery. So there is going to be a bit of a base race with artillery and barrage bringing down a number of your headquarters or engine rooms. Never can get those names straight. And then we get Kavan and Brick way down the line. I don't think we've had Sparky early on. Is Sparky even in this tech tree? There she is. Okay, so Sparky's our second hero. One more thing to note, rocket choppas are coming back. The rocket choppas are coming back to the booming of the beaches. That's going to be fantastic. Seekers, little bit further along this time, which is going to be nice. A lot of you did not like Seekers. I loved Seekers last season. I will be going for them yet again, because I love them. Heavy choppas also back in action. These are the new heavy choppas that cost more GBE to drop, obviously. Those have been upgraded / changed / nerfed, whatever you want to call them. And then all sorts of goodness down here with prototypes, and that's after the 7 engine room level. Now, as far as the engine room lock level goes, you will be able to get the 3 if you're an HQ 10. You will be able to get to 4 if you're an HQ 12, just like normal. One thing I really do hope is that Supercell does, I've been telling them, please give either Admirals Key obviously not showing up in my store because I'm a max level, but Supercell, please either give the Admirals Key for free towards the end of the season, or do a huge sale on it, because I really do think that people need to try out the Admirals Key. Those low levels, if you can get like getting locked at 3 engine rooms just kills some of the vibe. You need to try out the Admirals Key. I'm not saying you guys need to spend money on it at its current price necessarily, but Supercell has never done a huge gangbuster sale on the Admirals Key or never featured the Admirals Key, so I would love to see that this season. Anyways, let's keep going. We're going to get some tech level. Because of the fact that we started with 4 machine guns, I'm going to upgrade my machine guns to max. Those are going to chew through all sorts of riflemen. So now we've got 6 machine guns. That's going to be fairly useful. Why our machine guns are damaged, not entirely sure. But now there's going to be some heavy rushing, quite obviously here. Heavies, none of this stuff is really going to stop heavies, so I assume the low-level stuff is going to be all about the heavy rushes. We're going to upgrade all this stuff simply because I need to get that tech level up to 300. Just a reminder, when you upgrade troops, you increase the reserve size. You also get more health, more damage, so they don't die as much, so upgrading those troops to max is a very, very important detail. Not sure we're going to use riflemen. I'm going to upgrade my heavies to max. I've got no one to battle against, so it really doesn't matter. The dev build is fairly static, so here is what your 3 engine room layouts are going to look like. I kind of assume it's going to be something like 1 way over here, and then possibly 2 back in here, because people are going to have flares, so we're going to have to deal with all sorts of different attack strategies. This sneak peek is not going to go deep dive into all of the details. We're going to keep this to 10 minutes or less is the goal, just to get you guys the tasty bits you need and nothing more. So the chest details, let's have a look and see what exactly is into the chests. Let's have a look here. So the wooden chests are going to have 10 unlock keys, 205,000 tokens. Moving down the line into the stone, I always say iron first, 12,230, little bit of a bump, obviously not a major bump, going up to 13,250, sliding down the line into gold, where most people should be able to get to this season over the course of 28 days, 14,280, into diamond, 17,350, and then all the way up. See how much advantage there is to get up into the higher tiers. 21 versus 17 versus 14. So as soon as you get into from gold up to diamond, things start to unlock and upgrade much, much faster. As always, consider rushing your engine rooms. Consider spending as few tokens as you need to get going. You can always go back. Now, the fact I love the placement of smoke in this instance because everyone's going to get smoke. Just a note, level 1 smoke is usually enough. As you can see there, you get 8 seconds, which is usually enough. I don't like spending upgrade tokens on smoke unless there really, really is a smoke meta that comes into play, which hasn't happened terribly often on the warships. Now, the question is, do you go through Bullet? There's lots and lots of GBE nodes from what I noticed. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 GBE nodes, which is going to be 5 GBE nodes. Counting is not my high point. Just a note, this sneak peek is late. Yesterday I went and jumped in the lake and just enjoyed the summer, which is finally here. So thank you for your patience. I know I should have brought this out like 8 hours ago, but it is what it is. Life gets in the way sometimes. Hopefully you've managed to see this before warship season has started, which is all that really, really matters. All the planning in the world doesn't do much in warships because you can plan and then all of a sudden the meta shifts and boom, things change. So let's keep going. I'm going to just quickly pause here. I'll come back in just 1 sec and you'll never notice I was gone. There we go. So what I wanted to do is quickly add to the strength of my warship so we can just skip right along through here. Now, if you're looking for the costs of all this stuff, other people, such as OP Destroy, big shout out to him, puts a ton of work into documenting all of the costs. And so there are either images or spreadsheets floating around that show all of the costs. So please hit me up if you can't find them. I will throw them your way. But this is what the 4 engine room deck looks like. I know that I overshow these decks, but I really do love the fact that Supercell has gotten somewhat creative. Look at this, only the 1 small deck here, so all of these engine rooms are probably going to be far, far away. Getting troops moving, having extending the amount of battle time required just to get to the engine rooms. I think that's the first time we've seen something like that. So Supercell mixing some things in. The Boom Beach team gets a bit of grief, but they are putting the time in, doing some neat little things. They have definitely taken all of the feedback from all of the players. Look at that. We almost didn't have the ability to unlock anything. That was last season, I think we had that. Let's keep going, showing off the deckings. Again, moving things far, far away, going to be somewhat critical. I do love the fact that this left-hand side deck is completely closed off. Let's keep going into the warships, showing off the decking. This video is going to be very close to that time limit I put upon myself. Just so many details, and I don't want to over talk and over explain and all of those things. Hugely open decks at this point. Come on. I just want to show that last decking info. Obviously, you can't just add to your tech level on the real. This is all about the dev build. It is not sustainable. It's not real life. Please don't ask to download it. You can't do it. It's not enjoyable or fun. There's no one to play against, but at the same time, we can get some sneak peek action involved. So a lot of you, if you're concerned about people playing against others and honing their techniques and stuff like that, there's literally no one to play against. So although we're still at level 1 with 0 wins, we have 7 engine rooms. So hopefully that gave you some info, gave you some insight, and hopefully you guys are going to give warships a shot if you have not in the past. It is a fantastic source of resources, source of intel, and your task force will thank you for playing. And as you see here in the chests, there is intel. So hit up warships, have fun. Don't forget to subscribe. I will be putting some warships content up soon. As soon as the season starts, I will be there with you in the trenches, grinding my way along the early season. Put the time in the early season. If you're going to play and you're considering playing, just give it a shot in the early goings of the season. You will not regret it, because the further you can get early on, the better off you're going to be before those players who are starting at a lower tech level catch up and grind. Anyways, as always, thanks for coming in. Consider liking, sharing, subscribing, commenting, throwing my name in the creator boost box. As always, thanks for coming in. I'm Zedmot. Hopefully you guys are having a fantastic, happy, healthy life, and I shall talk to you soon. Peace!